I'm Ben Hooper, and this is your UPI Odd News Minute for Thursday, July 30th, 2026. Workers at a Tennessee FedEx store were sent running for cover when a large iguana burst out of its box and took off running through the store. Roderick Duncan went to the FedEx store in Memphis to pick up his new pet iguana, and employees asked to see what was inside the box labeled live animal. A video recorded at the scene shows Duncan open the box and start to remove the iguana from a bag when the lizard suddenly bursts out and dashes behind the counter. The footage shows panicked employees running for cover. Duncan told WMC-TV he was bigger, way bigger than I expected, so it was a shock to me when he took off running. I probably could have grabbed him, but it shocked me too, so he just got loose in the facility. Everybody was laughing. Duncan said iguanas tend to play dead when handled, so he expected the lizard, named Titan, to be docile when he opened the box. However, he said Titan came out ready for all the smoke. A FedEx employee used some boxes to create a barricade to keep Titan in place so Duncan could corner him and pick him up. Duncan thanked the FedEx employees for being good sports during the incident and said Titan is now settling in well at his new home. Moving on from a lizard that took off in a blink to a Canadian town finally getting rid of a stink, workers have begun the process of removing thousands of gallons of rotting fish sauce from a Newfoundland and Labrador plant that was abandoned in the early 2000s. St. Mary's Mayor Steve Ryan said the former Atlantic Seafood Sauce Company plant has been stinking up the town for decades. Ryan told the New York Times, "Take the worst rotten fish you've ever smelled in your life and times it by 100. Cleanup plans were delayed for years as various levels of government debated over who was responsible for removing the rotten sauce. The Newfoundland and Labrador government approved a $2 million budget for the operation last year. Crews finally started the process of cleaning out the plant on Tuesday. Officials said 110 tanks, each holding 3,000 gallons of rotten sauce, are now being cleared out. Sharp Management, the company contracted to handle the operation, is cutting open the tanks and mixing the contents with peat moss to solidify it for transport to a landfill, where it will be placed in a specialized waste cell designed to prevent any odor from escaping. The cleanup operation is projected to be completed by October. For these stories and more national, international, sports, entertainment, science, and odd news from United Press International, visit UPI.com. Follow the UPI Odd News Minute on YouTube and TikTok. Does your town have any long overdue projects that would significantly improve local conditions? Tell us about them in the comments.